Hey sis, are you feeling a little dusty? Like you're falling off the horse and you haven't quite gotten yourself up? Well, get up, dust yourself off, and follow me. I'm going to be sharing with you my boss mentality and how to achieve it. I've been sharing this with my clients lately, and they are loving it. They are super excited about the way they are looking at their business and how it's going to help them live a dusty-free life. So come on, follow me. Let's go ahead and get started. Why is it that we allow the dumbest things to derail us from starting a business, scaling a business, or just living our best life? Who told us that was normal? It's not. That's why I'm going to share with you these 4 steps to creating a boss mentality, and I'm going to do it while I'm cooking dinner. So one of these steps, you'll understand how this is relevant when we get to the end, so stick around. But head with me downstairs, and I'm going to share with you these 4 steps while I make dinner. Then you will have that boss mentality. At least you'll know about it. Can't say you don't afterwards. Come on, let's head downstairs and get to cooking. And then I'll share my 4 steps to a boss mentality with you.
Okay, so as I start cooking, let me start you off with the first step of my boss mentality, and that is to believe in yourself. It is so important to believe in yourself because, honey, if you don't, who else is going to, right? If you don't believe in your abilities, how do you expect other people to trust you with their business, with the things that they need done? Why would they want to buy from you if you don't even believe in yourself? So you have to have a level of confidence that is comforting to the people that you are around, the people that you want to do business with, etc., etc. You have to stop running from the truth, honey, because the truth of the matter is life is messy. And whether it's baggage from your past or things that you're dealing with currently, you're the only person that can clean up your mess. You know, set boundaries, manage expectations, teach people how to treat you, all of the things. Go to therapy, do some reading, some personal development books, whatever you have to do. But don't run from the truth. Just kind of own your mess and figure it out. But you have to believe in yourself because if you don't, nobody else will. The next step in the boss mentality is to own your mistakes. Okay, so my husband reminded me yesterday when we were on a walk about a saying that I have preached for years. And basically, I just said you can do whatever you want to as long as you can deal with the consequences of your actions. And that includes owning your mistakes. So if you want to practice a boss mentality, you have to get to a point where you are a big enough girl, you can pull your big girl panties up, and you can own your mistakes. But the first step in that is to not be afraid of making the mistake in the first place. Girl, we all fail and fall short, okay? It is human nature to make mistakes, to fail in some areas. So you cannot be afraid of it. So in order for you to own it, right, you got to be willing to make the mistake in the first place. So if you want to have a boss mentality, number 1, don't be afraid to own your mistakes and don't be afraid to make them. Listen, as long as you are showing up authentically, you are doing the work, you're doing your best, and you're being intentional, whatever happens, just chalk it off as a learning experience, okay? Remember that first attempt in learning, that's what failure is. So you can't be afraid to make those mistakes, and you have to own up to them when they happen.
Have you ever heard of the Rat Pack? It was a group of guys, thick as thieves in the entertainment industry years ago. They stuck together like glue and supported one another. Would you like a rat pack of your own? That brings me to my ebook, From Clicks to Clients, Mastering Sales and Marketing Funnels. If you want your own rat pack, that means you want a process to take them from the beginning, top of your funnel, all the way down to an actual conversion. And that is what this ebook helps you do. So make sure you head down to the description box below and grab a copy of From Clicks to Clients, Mastering Sales and Marketing Funnels today. All right, let's get back to today's video, shall we?
Okay, so the next step in the boss mentality is to simplify, simplify, simplify. I can't talk to this point enough. I remember in 2023 or 2022, one of the biggest lessons I learned was done is better than perfect. And that was because I also learned to simplify things. I have a tendency to make things big and grand. I'm a creative. I love doing those types of things. But when I realized that in order for me to really capture the people that I wanted to capture, kind of relate to them in a way that I needed to relate to them, I had to simplify. I had to simplify what I was saying, simplify the processes that I was using, simplify all of the actions that I was taking so that things were easier. I was streamlining, and it made doing business so much easier. So if you want to have a boss mentality, look for the lowest common denominator to your skills and your strategies that are going to make it easy for you to utilize your personal brand and leverage it for the success that you're looking for. So the third step in my boss mentality is to simplify, simplify, simplify. Oh my goodness. Okay. So before I get to step number 4 of the boss mentality, I want to tell you about a program that I've just updated. If you are an OG, you remember my program, the Authentic Marketing Blueprint. It is a mini course that I share with you tips and techniques on how to leverage who you are to create amazing marketing campaigns with clarity, consistency, and the confidence you need to pull your campaign off. Now, I have updated this program. You may have seen me talk about it on Instagram last week, but I'm super excited about it. It has more details. It has a lot more information in it, but it's really as simple as 4 days. An email comes to you where you'll be able to access each lesson. There's a video or worksheet, and at the end of it all, you will take the answers that you pulled together on those worksheets and you will apply them to a final blueprint that you can use for all of your future campaigns. When I tell you, it really does hammer home the idea of simplicity, to simplify. If you are embarking on your business and you are not quite sure how this whole marketing thing works, the Authentic Marketing Blueprint is for you. So I would suggest heading down to the description after you finish this last step that I'm going to share with you and go ahead and get that mini course. It's very affordable. It's 4 days. It comes to your inbox. There's a forum that is on my website that you can join and have a conversation with other people, with me, ask questions, all of the things. It will all be down in the description. So head down there and grab your seat in that mini course. All right, now let's get to this last step in this boss mentality, and that is to strategize. This is where you want to create a method to your madness. We have talked about really believing in yourself and the things that have to be done. There's really a level of introspection there that needs to happen. So I highly recommend joining the Project CEO program where you can develop that muscle. But also behind that, you have to develop a process that is going to keep you motivated, one that is going to keep you inspired, one that's going to keep you being productive, and it's going to help center you when you need that as well. So strategizing is where you will develop a method to your madness. This is where you are going to create those goals for yourself, but you have to have a plan of action, right? So not only do you have a goal, but you have to create a plan, and then you have to develop a workflow of actions that you take on a regular basis that's going to help you work the plan that is ultimately going to get you to the place where you can achieve your overall goal. Now, when it comes to strategizing, there are a few things that I think are really important, and I hold true to these tips even in my personal life. And that is number 1, document. I document everything, especially in business. I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. When it comes to my personal life, my husband and I make sure that we have our calendars in sync and we know what we're doing when and where we need to be as a family. So document. Getting things on my calendar is a must. Trust me, if it's not on my calendar, it's not going to happen. I just missed an appointment last week. Next, you want to have a way to measure your success. Again, I told you there's a goal, but then you have the plan and then you have the actions. Are those actions getting you where you need to be within the plan that is getting where you need to be when you need to be there in order for you to meet your goal? So having a plan of action to measure your progress is super important. This is the way that these are ways that I personally use to strategize. Next, you need to have a way to evaluate. So evaluate not only your progress, because that's having a way to measure, but evaluate the benefit of things. Evaluate the people in your life. Evaluate the way you are spending your time. make sure that you're being consistent with like just measuring things and evaluating things for their efficiency, their necessity, their value. So anyway, do regular evaluations. And then lastly, I like to maintain not only an open mind, but open dialogue. Sometimes you're going to run against people who don't believe the way you believe, who are not on board with what it is you're trying to do. Maintain an open dialogue because conflict resolution can be difficult if you don't. And then also maintain an open mind. Sometimes you miss opportunities because you don't think something is, worthy of your time or valuable information. But every little thing, you just don't know what it could mean to where it is you're trying to go. So maintain an open mind and maintain open dialogue so that you can always communicate effectively and efficiently so that you to get where it is where you want to be. All right, that does it. I am going to sit down and watch myself some YouTube videos with some of my favorite girlies. And I just want you to remember that to have that boss mentality, it only takes 4 steps. Believe in yourself, own your mistakes, simplify, 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 and strategize. Now tell me about your boss mentality. Is it different from what I just described? Leave a comment down below. And if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. My dog is jingling. Make a noise. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And also please engage with this video. If you've made it to this far, thank you so much because you know that watch hours count in this monetization game and I am trying to get there. I'm on a mission. So please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new, and leave a comment down below. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.